जो भी वाद आने का है उसकी अपनी राय है जिसकी पुष्टि press information news नहीं करता धन्यवाद.
Science Research and Innovation Summit. Today's summit is indeed an opportunity for one more step in establishing a thriving science, technology and research collaborative ecosystem. We're truly delighted to have Ma'am Dr. Parvinder Maini, Scientific Secretary, Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India. Thank you, Dr. Maini, for taking out your valuable time to be with us. Very warm round of applause. Be lovely. CI is indeed privileged to be closely working with you and your office towards a common goal of positioning India and Indian science at the very forefront. We look forward to your continued support and your continued guidance. I'm happy to welcome Professor Rangan Banerjee, Director IIT Delhi, to the summit and also express our sincere gratitude to you, Professor Banerjee, for your valued support and partnership in hosting this summit appropriately at IIT Delhi. I was wondering how I'm welcoming you to your own place, but I'm welcoming you to the summit, but thanking you. For me, this is my alma mater, and it makes it so very special for me personally to be here. It's a true pleasure for us to mark the step of bringing industry and academia on one platform in your home turf. It is my pleasure to welcome Professor K.P. Sudhir, ex officio Principal Secretary, Science and Technology Department, Government of Kerala, for his valued presence. We are aware that Kerala is establishing policies for achieving excellence in scientific research and innovation. I'd also like to welcome Mr. Rui Nishi-san, First Secretary, Science and Technology, Embassy of Japan in India. India and Japan share strong ties in science and technology, and CII looks forward to working together towards greater cooperation for the Sustainable Development Goals. I'm happy to welcome and thank my colleagues, Mr. Alok Nanda, Mr. Raghupati, Dr. Ashish Mohan, Namita, Divya and Tiksha, who worked very hard in putting this summit together. The next 25 years at India at 100 are critical for us in India. We are the 5th largest economy, but not the 5th wealthiest. And also to become a global superpower.
Innovation that we can do with. As a nation, we can be proud of many things. We have a lot to be proud of. And many of us travel around the world, and what we see in the digital space, you go anywhere in the world nowadays when you travel outside, you miss the UPI. The ease of UPI transaction, okay, that is brilliant what our country has done. You think about Aadhaar, it's one of the most innovative ways of identifying people, and we have the largest population anywhere in the world. If you see our service industry, especially the digital technology services industry, and I emphasize digital technology because these days if you say technology, people assume only digital technology. So I started categorizing that separately. If you see digital technology service industry, I think we are the best in the world. At a time period where there is so much talk of recession and everything slowing down, I think India is the only place we keep on growing and growing at a rate which is fabulous. Our manufacturing industry today is equivalent to anywhere in the world. If you see major products getting manufactured in India, it's just phenomenal. As Dr. Sondi said, we have a huge focus on STEM, diversity, inclusion going on in our country, and you can see it in this crowd as well. And I'm really happy to see the kind of diversity that is there now in our population. Is it enough? No. But are we making progress? Absolutely. So we have a lot to be very, very, very proud of in our nation of what we've done. The other thing that I see from my vantage point that we are very proud of is if you see the partnership between industry and academia. Even 7 years ago, I came to this institution and met one of the professors, and the intent was, let's collaborate and all. And what I was told, you see that building that is given by Microsoft, where is the GE building? And my point was, I have not come here to give money, I have come here to give problems. Let's work together, solve problems, And today...
more collaboration between India and Japan is aspired. We are looking forward to the exciting synergy in such an important field as artificial intelligence, environment, green energy, nanotechnology, and quantum technology, and so on, where the researchers from both Japan and India are collaborating to make contribution to better life and society. One more important area is people-to-people exchange. I strongly believe that people-to-people exchange are the basis for bilateral cooperation. And I feel that there is still very little exchange between Japan and India, especially among the younger generation. I would very much like to increase this number of people-to-people exchange in the younger generation. I have heard that this event is being attended by leading business persons, researchers, students, and so on. I sincerely hope that this event will accelerate people-to-people exchange and further develop cooperation between our two countries in the future. So let me conclude my remarks by wishing this summit will be fruitful and meaningful for you all. Thank you very much. Danyawad and arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you. That was wonderful, insightful address, and especially for learning about Japan. Now we have another very important address by Professor Rangan Banerjee, Director, IIT Delhi. I request you, sir, to please address the gathering. Over to you. Thank you.
Good morning. It's a great pleasure for me on behalf of the Institute to be co-hosting this summit along with CII. And I'd like to thank CII for this opportunity. We at IIT Delhi are very keen to see that the ideas and the research that our students and faculty come up with actually make an impact in society. How do we do this? For doing this, we really need very, very strong linkages with industry. And this is what we look to CII for. Mr. Nanda said, are we there? Very clearly we are not there. We are in the right direction. But we all need to figure out much stronger ways in which we interact with each other. And what are the asks? I'm sure the industry has a lot of asks from us, and I heard from Mr. Nanda that it's not just about, we are not looking to industry just for the buildings and the funding, but we are looking to industry for the relevant problems so that we work on research that will actually make a difference. And we have various models by which we do this. We work with industry to solve specific problems where we look at consultancy projects. We work with industry to look at longer term problems where we look at sponsored research. We work with industry and government where we look at something else which has a larger impact. We have 23 centers of excellence, many of them funded by industry, where we involve groups of faculty to look at a domain. We now have a research and innovation center where we invite industry to come and be with us, be a part of us, have your own office within our campus, and make mechanisms for where you work together. We work with industry to look at specialized training through our continuous.
Yes, we start with advanced materials, sir. Advanced materials. Under Dr. Devashish Bhattacharya ji.
And critical technologies, promotion of innovation for resilience and self-reliance is being taken up very strongly. And of course, there is an increasing realization of partnership among industry, academia, researchers, and this is taken as a growth strategy. And lastly, of course, diversity and inclusiveness for a broader perspective is of course gaining very lot of importance. Now, the impact of this transformation are seen in every sector, be it healthcare, defense, space, technology, energy, whatever, and many more. Even if you see actually that the journey of India for the last 75 years, India has made commendable advancements in both the civilian as well as strategic sectors. And it has shown self-reliance and stood itself at par with many of the advanced nations. From missiles, rocket systems, nuclear reactors, satellite launches, supercomputers, India has actually stood it all. And we must have heard in the papers, soon the Gaganyaan mission of India will be taking civilians to space. This is of course commendable. And the development of the COVID vaccine is another milestone that India achieved during the pandemic. In addition, we as a nation are doing our best to meet the zero emission targets. The National Green Hydrogen Mission, the National Superconductor Mission, all this have been launched with the same purpose. And you know, last month, India achieved another milestone while it launched the National Quantum Mission and placing India among the top 6 leading nations just after US, Austria, Finland, France, and China. Needless to say, science, research, innovation are deeply ingrained into the entire ecosystem, without which these missions cannot be delivered.
Fields by providing support opportunities are very nice, and it could be a model for other states as well. The majority of research findings, as mentioned earlier, tend to remain in the early stages of technology readiness level, TRL 1, and seldom progress beyond TRL 9. Therefore, it's crucial to inform science and technology based industries and startups about ongoing research and innovation so that they can contribute to converting these outcomes into innovative technologies, products and services. This is where I require partnership from CII. We have planned for industry academia meet in 2023, which is earmarked in our budget. So probably I would approach the CII for helping us in organizing it in Trivandrum in a much better way, where the industry collaboration, the academic collaboration, everything can start. I have a lot of things to announce, but then we have another program which was recently launched by the Honorable Chief Minister of Kerala, which is establishment of science parks in Kerala, which primarily, I think he mentioned about the industry academia linkages at IIT Madras, which primarily we are looking at the state level. We are establishing 4 science parks in Kerala, where we expect industry academia linkage at a higher level, and which helps benefiting for development of startups as well as